Hey, what's going on, folks? Hope you're all having a fantastic week and that your January is off to a kick-ass start. So today I wanted to jump onto a really quick training on the steps to build a 5-figure monthly recurring revenue. Now, reason I'm diving into this topic is because coming into 2024, one of the main convos I had around financial goals of the year was if I wanted to generate another 6 figures throughout the 12 months of the year, or actually start to build towards a recurring amount month on month. Now, both are going to be incredible milestones. However, the reason recurring revenue is so appealing to me at the moment is, number one, you don't have to start the month from zero cash flow. Okay. Number two, folks are going to be in your business for a much longer term, which means you can really start to generate better results for your clients and actually start to leverage all of that in your own business. Okay. Number three is it's going to be a stress melter when you don't actually have to continuously acquire new leads month upon month, right? So you can still go ahead and make 6 figures. It's just going to be much more sustainable and a more enjoyable way for you to work with clients with different offers and services. So the exciting part about all of this is I'm going to start to document this process throughout 2024 right here inside the group, okay, and break down real-time strategies and methods of how you can efficiently do the same in your brand no matter what you sell. Now, truth is, my overall sales process will remain exactly the same as it has been for the last 2 years running now. And the reason being is it's super simple. Okay, it's been really effective and efficient and works like a well-oiled machine once you actually get the moving parts in place. So it makes absolute sense to just double down on what I've been doing already, which I'm going to dive straight into when we actually go through the bulk of the training. Now, the only part which I've really made a tweak on is going to be on my paid offers, which I've completely optimized out for monthly recurring revenue in the business. And so that it helps me really serve a lot more folks because of the barrier to entry that it creates. Right. And because we'll be working together for much longer periods of time. So like I said, really making it a win-win for my clients because of that, long-term working relationship. I can help them get more results in their business. I can help them get better systems in place and ultimately support them for a lot longer periods. So with that being said, let's dive straight into the training. Okay, so let's dive straight into the steps to build a 5-figure monthly recurring revenue. So what I went and did was created a visual representation of what the process looks like. I've actually been using a really cool tool for the last couple of years to build out a reverse engineered plan of whatever my process looks at any given stage, because if you can see it visually, you can go ahead and execute at a better rate, especially if you're a visual learner like myself. So what it's broken down into is your traffic source, okay, the way you build relationships at scale, and then your offers, okay, and at any given time you can revert back to this visual representation to see where you are in your process. So super simple. I'm not going to keep you guys long in this training. I'm going to break down each step and how they work, and at the end I'm going to let you know straight away that I will be showing you exactly what the offer is that's going to actually start generating a 5-figure monthly recurring revenue. So be prepared for that anyway, so you're aware that there is an offer coming at the end of the training, right? So the very first step towards your monthly recurring revenue is going to be based on content creation. Now, personally, my number one recommended ingredient to achieve overall success in your online brand and to create a really low pressure sales process is to learn the skill of creating highly leveraged content. Now, for a lot of folks that have been on the journey for a while, you know that I have challenges with both internet and electricity. Where content's really helped me in this is that I can create content within my pockets of time that I have availability with those things, and all it does is continue to drive my relationships forward, push folks further down my sales process into the DMs to have conversations, into specific offers, and really builds things on the front end of my business so folks get to know who I am, what I'm about, how I help folks, okay, and their level of awareness is always getting raised with how I'm building my personal brand on the front end of the business through content, right? So not only is it going to serve as a traffic source for your business products and services, but it's also going to help you build those relationships at scale. Now, there's 2 ways you should be creating content in your online business. The first one is going to be short form video content, okay, and what that does is allow you to get multiple eyeballs on your brand from a list of different platforms, okay, and they're going to serve as a highlight reel to your brand, okay, giving folks a way to learn exactly who you are, okay, what it is you know, and how you help folks specifically, right? So most folks who see your short form reels are at the entry point to your brand, and this is where you need to catch their intrigue and interest into taking the next step on your customer journey. Okay, and the great part about short form videos is there's multiple ways that you can go ahead and repurpose them to get even more eyeballs on your brand, right? So you can repurpose them on Facebook Reels, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, TikTok, X, which was formerly known as Twitter, Threads, Pinterest, LinkedIn, Facebook, IG stories, so you can really maximize the reach and cast your net really wide to your audience. Okay. The second way you're going to be creating content as part of the strategy is in your long form written content. And if you've got a YouTube channel, you're doing training videos, your long form video content. Okay. And here you can really start to dive into more intentional insights on your brand as a whole, okay, and raise your audience's level of awareness by sharing the different insights that you're having in real time with your business. Okay, you can break down different things like the methods and strategies both yourself and your clients are using to get specific results. Okay, you can dive into different pitfalls that you've faced, okay, different breakthroughs that you've had, your own personal wins. They don't always have to be monetary either. There can be non-monetary wins, real-time things that are actually happening in your life and business as a result of building your brand, right? You can also dive into different things like your client wins and what you're helping them achieve. Share your client testimonials of their feedback based on the services that you provide, okay, which really gives them a preview into your world and how they can then take the next step on your customer journey. Okay, so all of my content personally points to a private group, and this is a place where you can house your leads and continue to build goodwill by the things you deliver to members only. Okay, the second step of this process is group growth. Now, alongside highly leveraged content, I recommend you start and build your own private group. Okay, when I really started to double down and focus my attention on growing a group of my own through content creation, I went from a struggling creator, and I was struggling for a good 18 months in my business, okay, to being a 6-figure brand owner in just under 12 months. Okay, so ultimately building out a group and building out that long-term relationship with your client counts. There's so many benefits to having a group of your own and building that LTV. Especially for the folks that put their hands up and take the next step on your process by actually joining your group. Okay, so a couple of really important things to remember with building out a group of your own is, number one, you can build out your email list. Arguably the most important part about building an online business is creating and keeping an email list. If social media all fails tomorrow, you have to have something where you can revert back to your clients and continue that relationship, right? And you can do this in the form of membership questions. Folks who've been around for a while have heard me speak about this often. If you optimize your Facebook group membership questions, it serves in so many different dynamics in your business. So number one, like I said, building your email list. Okay, number two, you can gather market research. Okay, so everything is content anyway, but most specifically at the beginning of your business, if you optimize the questions well, folks will let you know what their challenges are. Okay, maybe they're having challenges with their sales process. Maybe they're having a challenge with content creation. Maybe they're having a challenge with creating offers. Okay, so by optimizing your questions, when folks come into your world and share that with you, you can then start to create content in your business which is going to help them achieve specific things, further building that goodwill with your clients because you know what their needs are, as they actually enter your world. Okay, you can also acquire hand raisers. So perhaps you have a training that you've got or a workshop that you've got or maybe an offer that you're running. You can immediately gauge where folks are and get them to raise their hands so that when you segue to the DMs, it's already very low pressure because they've already let you know what their needs are. Okay, another benefit of groups is you can house trainings inside there, okay, and mini courses. There's guide sections where you can really start to build them out, where you can help folks get mini wins in their business or their process or whatever it is you're helping them with. If you can help folks achieve mini wins with their own challenges, they are more likely to continue to engage in your brand and business as a whole. Okay, you can host interviews, very, very popular thing to continue to build that goodwill and bring in folks who know specifically how to help people in your industry, okay, and things that you're actually doing in your business. Here you can host live events. I don't go live in my group much, again, because of my internet and my challenges, but if you've got that option, go ahead and you can, run live trainings once a week, give folks feedbacks, methods, strategies, okay. You can host masterminds, you can host workshops, you can deliver resources, okay. There's a multitude of ways where you can leverage a group to really build things out for the long term with your clients and your leads, right? So with the combination of content and group development, it makes your relationships in the DM simpler to build because folks are getting to know you by your delivery and documentation over longer periods of time. Okay. Number three in this process is going to come down to your relationships. So, no relationships, equals no long-term business. Now, the online space is entirely relational. I come from a very transactional background. Folks always knew what they were getting from me long before they even walked into a store or they bought my products. Whereas when you come into the online world, it is relational from the start. If you're not building relationships, it's very unlikely that folks are actually going to purchase what you have available, right? As that cliche goes, but it's very true. Unless folks know, like, and trust you, they are very unlikely to do business with you. And that's going to take time. Okay, that's where your content comes into huge play with it, because if you can really document things and deliver high value with your content, which is binge worthy, folks can really consume a lot of what's going on in your world and really get to know you at a much faster rate than actually having those conversations in the DMs and trying to break down everything that you're doing over there. That's why the content leverage is so important. Now, it's equally important for you to get to know your leads as well, and if you can even help them, okay, with what you have to offer. Okay, so the way that this can all be done is, number one, for you to pre-sell your brand through your content, like I just mentioned, okay, and for you to diagnose where your leads are with their journey. Okay, that can be done with the membership questions with folks coming into your group. And number two, the conversations you start having in the DMs. You really got to diagnose where folks are at. So if you only look at your leads as a dollar sign, it's possible you could make them a sale really early on, okay, but it's unlikely you'll retain them to do repeat business. It's much more important to build that extra layer of intimacy. Get to know what their needs are. Okay, why they need those things, who they need it for, okay, and only make offers based on those needs. And if you can actually help them get from point A to point B in their process, the business, or whatever they're trying to achieve in their business and life, okay. And the fourth step of this process comes down to the offer. Okay, so like I mentioned, the last step of the overall process is going to be to craft and make relevant offers and services that are relevant and specific to your brand and whatever your clients' needs are. Okay, now this can be done in multiple variations. Okay, I've done majority of what you see on the screen here. Okay, you can vary offers depending on your promo cycle, depending what you're trying to achieve, and anything from low ticket offers, okay, anything from like $1 all the way through to $100 would be considered a low ticket item. Perhaps you could run a low ticket training, $7 on the front, which kind of segues to a high ticket offer at the back. Perhaps you run a low ticket workshop, anything that's kind of a low barrier to entry for folks to actually take the next step in your world. Okay, you can run subscriptions and memberships. Okay, you can build out different courses. They can either be low ticket courses, high ticket courses, sort of mid ticket courses, all just depending on what the delivery is going to be and the support that you give your clients, how long you take them on the journey. You can be building out things like masterclasses, masterminds, workshops, boot camps, trainings, okay, high ticket stuff, coaching, consulting, physical products. No matter what it is that you sell online, you can do a variation of these at any given time and do different tests in your audience to see what's actually working. There's not one specific thing that works better than the other. It all just depends on where your clients are, what their level of awareness is, what their needs are given on that day, what you're hoping to achieve in your own business, and you can really start to build your offer out around different variations on this. Now, this is my personal roadmap to 5-figure MRR example. Okay, now this is, like I mentioned at the beginning of the training, I was going to break down a bit of an offer of what I've got going on at the moment, and this is most specifically how I'm going to build things throughout 2024. Now, it comes with the sweet combo deal that has just been announced by Flip and Nate, which is going to be a really badass complement to one of my own primary offers. Now, for most of you who've been in the group for a while, for those of you who haven't, I launched a content bootcamp in November last year. Okay, and it's given me some great feedback from my clients and has really motivated me to help a lot more folks from the strategies and methods I help folks with on the inside of that bootcamp. Now, this content bootcamp helps folks who've been creating and posting content for weeks on end but unable to generate quality leads or consistent cash flow for their business, and gives them access to a 10-month intensive content bootcamp so they can leverage the art of content creation to maximize their lead flow and sales opportunities. Now, what this has been helping my clients with is things like highly leveraged content creation. For example, I've shown folks a strategy where they can create a minimum of 300 pieces of content a month with zero automation, okay, very low tech, and a process which I've actually been cranking out 900 pieces of content a month now for a couple of months by really maximizing that strategy. So we really dive into the nitty-gritty of the content strategies that have helped me build a six-figure brand over the last 12 months. Okay, it's been helping them with things like group growth. Some of the members have been able to double their group growth in under 2 weeks. It's helped with lead generation, so their following has gone up 3-4x since we've started working together. It's really starting to help with brand awareness and visibility, and they're getting clarity around how to build a personal brand of their own, centered around their products, their services, the types of clients they want to help, the kind of things they want to achieve. Okay, it's opened up sales opportunities where folks are really having low pressure conversations in the DMs with ideal clients, just from extracting them from the audience through the highly leveraged content creation. And they've also had clarity around how to build out offers of their own, because I've got a huge bonus section of trainings where we dive into lots of different parts of online business as a whole. Okay, so this is currently being sold for $750 once off, or for a monthly fee of $100 a month. Now, with the announcement of the new Group Juice and Cash Curriculums bundle deal, you can now get full access to the deal as a bonus when you purchase Hunter's Content Bootcamp for $100 a month. So what it's really been able to create is double the value for my leads, okay, double the impact, and actually double the support. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to dive too much into the nitty-gritties of the offer itself, but you can click through on this document to read the full breakdown of Hunter's Content Bootcamp and the Group Juice and Cash Curriculums bundle bonus. So you've got some good clarity around exactly what that offer is and exactly how that's going to build out to 5-figure recurring revenue over the next 12 months. What it comes down to is really being able to sell 10 spots a month to different leads and clients that you can help with that low barrier to entry, but that huge support on the back end of the business, which you can really start to do no matter what it is that you sell and no matter what it is you offer. As long as you've got that step-by-step process in place, you can really take leads all the way through an ascensionable journey from low ticket products all the way to high ticket products, to memberships, to subscriptions like this, okay, and really start to build yourself some healthy MRR on the back of that. So hope this training helped. Would love to hear down in the comments if you've got any questions, if it all makes sense. If you'd like to have a quick chat about the bundle deal itself, feel free to drop a hashtag bundle deal down in the comments, and we can definitely have a no pressure chat over in the DMs about what this all entails. So we'll catch you on the next one. Hope this helps. We'll chat soon.